Hi, and welcome to the Loan Officer Team Training Podcast. My name is Irene Dufort. I'm your host, and I have with me a special person. She's a great growth director for NAMM, which is the National Association of Mortgage Brokers. And I am so excited to have you on today, Ginger.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here, Irene. It's always good to see you.
Yeah, you too. So I wanted to talk today specifically about NAMM National. It's coming up on October 17th.
Yep.
I'm super excited. It's not this weekend, but next weekend when we're recording this, but we're going to put it out pretty quick so that we can get people to sign up for it, to be excited about it. Let's create the buzz. So tell us about it, Ginger.
I love it. So NAMM National is an annual event for NAMM. It's their largest conference. It's national. It is at Caesars in Las Vegas, which is always a great venue. And, the lineup is absolutely amazing. We were there last year, Irene, and I know, just walking around the conference center and the buzz of everyone being able to network and to meet with all the vendors there and then going to the different sessions. This year is going to be very exciting. They have a DJ this year and an MC. So lots of exciting, music and speakers and events. So, let's kind of dive in. First of all, if you're not registered yet, you can go to NAMM.org and click on NAMM National and get registered. It starts on Friday. So if you want to come in and get your continuing education done, you can do that on Friday. And then there's also certification. So if you want to go through one of the certifications that NAMM has, they're doing the FHA certification. And then Friday night, Barry Habib is going to kick it off with his Rock of Ages band. And if you've never seen it, it's a highlight. So we're going to kick off on Friday night right away. Lots of music and networking, and that's going to be where we're going to kick off on Friday.
It's going to be fun. I'm going to get in early on Friday, so I'll be there for all of it while it's getting set up and everything. I'm super excited. I loved it last year. I just think it's so great. The venue, the buzz, like you said, it's just, there's such energy there, and so many people are excited to be there. And Vegas, I mean, that's the place that everybody can go to pretty easily, right? Even the ones that are coming across the country don't mind coming across the country when they're going to Vegas.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And the nice thing is, Irene, NAMM has it over the weekend. And so, most of our mortgage brokers are, business owners, obviously busy. So being able to have it over the weekend where you're not cutting into, your work week and, staying on top of files and doing all of that. I honestly recommend, if you're a mortgage broker, to bring your team. If you have your team, bring your team, because the energy and the things you learn is great for you, but it's also great for them. So it's an opportunity for them to grow as well.
It really is. Last year when I was there, I saw all kinds of people that I didn't know were going to be there. And it was like old home week, just getting there and seeing everybody. And we were all excited, giving each other hugs. And it was just so great. These kinds of events we do not want to miss them. Absolutely not. Because you see people you haven't seen in a while, and there's nothing like getting out face to face.
Right. And learning face to face.
Yes.
I mean, I think that's one of the greatest things. I have 2 sessions that I'm doing. My sessions are on Sunday. And one of the sessions I will be moderating is how to go from broker to banker. So we have great experts on there from First Funding. Matt Coles will be there. We have Strategic Compliance Partners on there, talking about what does that step look like for you to be able to navigate into becoming a mortgage banker. So if that's something you're thinking about doing, even if it's down the road a little bit, hop into that session. And then in the afternoon, I'm doing a session with Paul Lucidio with PRMG. And Paul is great because he always has a session on marketing. He's the chief marketing officer for PRMG. And so this year we're going to talk about branding and focusing on your local network. Of course, I'm going to be speaking along with Paul. So we're going to bring some AI in there as well.
For sure.
Megan Anderson is also, she's doing a 2-hour session on AI. And, there's so many things. Barry's doing a session. Barry Habib will be there speaking. Eddie Perez with EPM is doing a great session there. And I know you've got a couple of your favorite speakers who are going to be there as well. So I'll let you kind of
Yes.
see what they're talking about.
So Trevor York is a master at marketing. He's runs LinkSpot. He owns LinkSpot, which is it's not even wouldn't even call it a CRM. It's like it's everything in one, a CRM, a website, funnel pages, landing pages, everything you can think of. I'm actually a client of his, but I'm also a friend and I've had him on my podcast before. He's amazing. I call him he's a master with words. He's a word master is what I would call him. And he is just amazing. He's so good. You do not want to miss that session. And the other one that I'm super excited about, not that I'm not excited about the other ones, they're all exciting.
Right.
But especially Trevor and Chris Doe. Chris Doe will make you look at marketing in a completely different way. He's a creative and he teaches people how to look at their creativity, which we lose our creativity as we get older. We start out with a lot of creativity when we're young and then we're told things, or I was told when I was a young girl in elementary school that I wasn't artistic and I wasn't creative. And I believed him. And
Right.
so Chris Doe has helped wake up that creativity in me again, which I didn't have before as an adult. I kind of lost it for a little while. And
Right.
not that you lose it, but you're not as aware of it and you're not
Right.
using your creativity like you said. So he makes you look at marketing in a completely different way, but personal branding as well. So he'll be teaching about that. And I'm super excited to see both of them and everyone else. I'm excited for yours as well, Ginger. You're great.
Yeah. Well, and marketing is so important, and especially for mortgage brokers, because you have that hat. And like you say, if you don't have that creative hat, whether you've had it in the past and lost it or felt like you've never had it, make sure and hop in those sessions, because every nugget you're going to get is going to help you to be able to build your business and market yourself. Kyle Draper will be speaking on Saturday afternoon. And Kyle is the master of video. He has done a lot of training on short videos, and he really just talks about what you need to say on video, what you need to do on video. And that's the other thing is, doing video is not always easy. I mean, you have done an amazing job with your videos, and I've seen you grow through the years. And so being able to have an idea of how to get started with it and what to say, that's always a challenge. Paul and I are going to talk about some of that in our session as well is, how do you bring in that local element? Because, have been where they are for so long now and, so much of a focus. And it's really more than that. When you're thinking about someone buying a home, they're not just thinking about rate. They're thinking about payment and location and do I have to move the kids and whether they're upsizing, downsizing, whatever that is. Putting that content out there in a creative, consistent manner is important. So those are a lot of the things that you'll get. And then I know Chris does a section. Chris Vincent has a session he did, I think last year was the first one. It was Battle of the Coaches. And so they'll have a variety of coaches there. Laura Brandeo is doing a women's session. And so, I'm so excited. The lineup is amazing. NAMM has done a phenomenal job being, really proactive in getting such great speakers out there. So no matter what it is that you want to learn, there will be something there for you.
Yes, absolutely. Are you holding off on training your loan partners, your loan assistants, your team members and support staff on how to wow your clients? Are they getting that kind of training from you? You probably plan on training them if you get a few extra hours, but when does that happen realistically? And meanwhile, your team is doing the best they can with the information that they have. But this kind of training really doesn't exist anywhere else. When you do the training, that means you're not as responsive as you want to be with your clients and you're not hitting your closing and income goals as a loan officer. So how much is it costing you to not have a team that's properly trained how to wow clients and referral partners so that they only want to work with you because of the great experience that they're getting? We teach them how to use efficient step-by-step processes and systems that work, how to follow up so nothing falls through the cracks and loans close on time and even early, how to build wonderful relationships with clients, how to wow people so they go, man, that was an amazing experience. The members of his or her team are amazing. They're so on it. How to use scripts and dialogues for winning clients, setting expectations, and communicating with clients so that you can prevent problems down the road. How to handle difficult clients, how to make clients feel appreciated and valued, and how to handle and overcome objections. It might be time to ask for some help. That's why we're here. Loan Team Training has our next live WOW training coming up. We train your team for you so you can focus on closing loans. Check it out at loanteamtraining.com for our next class and see how many 5-star reviews we have from past WOW training participants and their loan officers who sent them at loanteamtrainingreviews.com. Remember, it's an interactive virtual training with live trainers, and we train any of your support staff that is communicating with clients and referral partners. Our sessions are 9 to 11:30 Pacific time. Check us out and sign your loan partner or team member up at loanteamtraining.com. So tell us what you do as the growth officer. Tell us, you stepped into that role this year, and I'm so excited because you have taught me so much, Ginger, about marketing and about getting your words right and making sure that people know what you do for a living. And I've just learned so much from you. So I'm really excited that you're in this position because you're helping other people the same way.
Yeah. So, I have been a part of NAMM for a very long time, probably since like 2005. I've done a lot of lobbying, done a lot of volunteer work. And so they reached out in June and we're looking for someone to step into the role of growth officer. And twofold, really just, getting the word out and expanding that visibility, but also to really bring about the NAMB Hive. And the NAMB Hive is a central center. If you go to nambhive.com and register, it's free. And we have a variety of courses in there. You can, network with other people in there, but it's giving that one place where you can go and network and find resources as a mortgage broker. So our wholesalers are very involved in that. I started our NAMM ambassador. So that's something that we are really going to be focusing on at NAMM National. And our NAMM ambassadors, you're a NAMM ambassador. So I thank you for that. And it's spreading the word. It's being able to help each other grow. And that's really the goal of the NAMM Hive, is to be that support and to help you grow in your business, to connect with vendors and wholesale lenders, to find education, to find resources, to be that one hub for that. So that's the other role. And then as a growth officer, I recently started a podcast for NAMM. It's NAMM Podcast. And so we've started that. We're actually going to be recording some episodes at NAMM National. Matt Shields, Matt heads up the NAMM Young Professional group. And so we're going to do a NAMM Young Professional meetup on Friday night. And that will be at 5 p.m. before the opening session. You have to be under the age of 35 in order to participate. So I'll just be sneaking in. And
That's okay. You're one of the leaders, so you can sneak in.
yeah, I'm the NAMM Young Professional mom. I'm the token mom. But, it's just an opportunity to network with other young professionals. And it's exciting because that's really what we're seeing are so many new professionals coming in.
Yes.
So having that network, they do a monthly call. You can find those in the NAMM Hive as well. So just, all of those kind of things. I'm very excited for everything that'll be happening at NAMM National. It's a kickoff. Kimber White will be our incoming president. So he's the president for our next year. Great. And if you don't know Kimber is amazing. I mean, his passion, his commitment to mortgage brokers. I just had him on the NAMM podcast and, he has always been a mortgage broker. He has never left that and gone into retail. And so those are the kind of people that it's good to connect with and pick their brain. It's like, what makes you successful? Talking about different products. When he was on the podcast, he talked about he never had done a non-QM loan and now he's doing non-QM loans. And so networking with our vendors, the NAMM vendors, is a good opportunity to find out what are some of the programs. Logan Finance, they're part of our NAMM ambassador program as well. And so they're a great non-QM lender. All of those things, it's just, I mean, it's so excited. It's one of those things, when you go to Vegas, you think, oh, I'm going to go and attend a couple of things and then I'm going to go play. You don't want to go play.
No, no, you don't want to miss this.
Yeah. And there's events going on in the evening. We've got the event on Friday. I know Saturday, I think Rocket is having a cocktail reception. And so, just finding out what's going on. So make sure you go to the conference center, go and see all the different booths, all the different vendors, because that's where you're going to find out what's going on.
Yes. There's something special about being in person and networking with other people, talking to other people. It's just different than being on a Zoom meeting, which most of us are on Zoom meetings all the time.
Yeah.
But this way, you're talking to people face to face. You're talking to the vendors. You're talking to all the different people that there are, and the
Right.
leaders at NAMM, and you and the speakers. Most of the speakers will stick around and talk to people and answer questions, and so I think that that's really great, and I'm super excited to have
Yeah.
it.
I mean, you think about you and I knew each other virtually, but the
Yeah.
first time we met at a live event and spent time together is when we really developed our friendship.
Yes.
And so those are kind of things, those are the great things that happen at live events that you just can't get on social media or, virtually. So
Yeah.
that's one of the best things about going to NAM National.
Yeah. Last year, I was doing a lot of video and stuff while I was there, and I got so much video done. And a lot of it is still in my camera. Not my camera, but my phone. And
Right.
well, my camera on my phone. But I regret not posting it immediately, but I wasn't where I am now. Like I wasn't comfortable just throwing it up there. And now I am because of things that I learned at NAM and some mastermind groups I'm in and just a bunch of stuff and Trevor has made a big difference too. And Chris Doe, the two speakers, and you have made a big difference for me. So it's just amazing the changes that we can make if we will just listen and then implement. And even if we only take one thing that we're going to do that's different, it's worth the whole weekend just to go.
Absolutely. I
Yeah.
agree
So
100%.
you'll get way more than one thing. But I always say when you go to an event like that, you have a bunch of things you want to do, just put them on a list and you can take them one at a time and do them. But you walk away with one thing for sure that you're going to implement.
Yeah. And so here, I'm going to share a little thing. If you're going to the event, there's a nice little AI tool that's called Coco Note. You can find it on the AI Beehive, which is an AI directory that I created. It's a free directory go to. But Coco Note is amazing because you put it on your phone and then you can record your sessions that you're sitting in.
Mm-hmm.
And then it'll give you all the notes and the action items and things. It's used in a lot of universities. A lot of students use it to
Great.
take notes of their lectures. And then it tells them what are their action items, what they need to do. And that's really the key. When you go to a conference like this and you go from session to session, and I'm a big note taker. So I would always, I used to have notebooks. Now I have, my virtual notebook with my Remarkable. But even then, it's like you're taking notes and it's like, what do I do with it afterwards? Use the tools and resources that we have. So even
Yes.
if you have ChatGPT on your phone, you can record on ChatGPT if you want. But Coco Note I love because you can actually just hit it, it'll record it, and then it'll give you the notes, it'll give you action items, it'll give you everything. And so when you get back, then you're going to have that and you're going to have a plan. And then take that, upload that into ChatGPT and say, okay, here are my notes from the session. I want to start focusing on a CRM or on video marketing. Tell me the action items I need to do. So, those are just things to get the most out of going to a conference that can be very helpful as well.
I love that. You're an AI queen. And a pioneer. I mean, you were talking about AI when it first came out, and you're still talking about it and giving us prompts, and there's all kinds of things that you're doing with AI. I love it.
Yeah, AI is absolutely amazing. There's so much you can do with it, and it's just a matter of getting started.
Yes, it's totally changed my business, my life, having
Yep.
AI. And of course, you put the prompts in the right way, and then you get what you need out of it, but then you have to adjust it and make it your own, and it gets to know you, which is so amazing to me. It gets to know you. Now I'm giving away my how long I've been in the business and my age and everything else now, which I'm not afraid to do. When
Yeah.
in the 90s, we didn't have the internet in the early
Yeah.
90s. When did it come out? The early 90s, somewhere I don't even remember what year it was.
Yeah.
I've gone from seeing no internet, no phones, no cell phones, nothing, all the way into where we are now. It's just amazing the tools that we have in AI that we never had before.
Yeah, and so, finding what works for you, putting those, tools into place and creating a plan for it. It's
Yeah.
it's very helpful. Yeah, I got started with the internet, I think I was a corporate trainer at Dale Carnegie Training, and it was around 2001 when we really started using the internet a lot. And I remember everyone's like, "Oh my gosh, there's going to be no more salespeople. Everyone will just be using the internet." And of course, we know that's not true. Same
Yeah.
with AI.
Yes.
AI is not going to replace you, but it will make your life easier if you start using it. So those
Yes.
are the things to think about.
Yeah, they sure are. Well, thank you for being here today, Ginger. Is there anything I didn't ask you that would be a good thing to tell people? You were pretty good at giving us the tips.
No, if you're not registered, get registered. Go to NAMM.org and you can get registered and make sure and join the NAMM Hive, NAMMHive.com. You can also find it on the NAMM site. But get registered there. We post a lot of updates, things that are coming up. So those are great venues to be able to get into there.
I was talking to somebody the other day and they were saying, "Doesn't it cost quite a bit of money?" And I said, "No, it doesn't cost a lot of money." So they can go in there and sign up. Is there still an early bird registration right now?
I think the early bird may be gone.
Yep.
But you can go and check. And there's a couple of different sign up options you have if you want to take your continuing education, or if you just want to register. And so there's also some codes available. I think ours is NAM. I'll give it to you and make sure. So if you want to use a
Okay.
code, you can use a code to register as well, and that'll take a discount off. And then I think the hotel block is gone as far as doing that. But
Yeah.
there's if you can't get in at Caesars, there's lots of great places to stay at.
There
And the
sure
nice thing is it's October, so it's usually less expensive to go to
is.
Vegas in October.
And it's a nice weather too in October.
It is
Yeah.
hopefully not too hot.
Well, thank you for being here, Ginger. I sure appreciate it. And we're going to get this out ASAP so that people can find out about it. And I just appreciate you so much. And the world is a better place with you in it, my friend.
Likewise, my friend. Thank you so much.
Alrighty. Have a good one.